And welcome to Arizona Griper Cool Style, starring your host, Mr. Arizona. How's everybody doing? Um, it is now 10:41 on Thursday, December 4th, 2025 now? Yeah. Anyway, I know I don't normally watch this fat ass twit, but I happened to get a glimpse of, you know, what this man was talking about. I'm going to address him today. Calpo, dude, I haven't talked about you, haven't mentioned you, I haven't even said a word about you. And of the longest time, and it probably, probably makes you upset that, I haven't been talking about you lately. So I figured, why not? I'll include you into it right now. So here I am talking about you. So, and I know for a fact with your trolling and rolling, all that, I'm gonna probably get another maybe 50, 60 videos from you for this. And I get it. I get it. Trolling and rolling, faker book radio, whatever, usual shit. I get it. I really do. I understand. It's no big deal. Here's what it is. We do what we do. But here's what it is. What the fuck is your obsession with death? I mean, have you got something that you're trying to hide? Maybe that there's something wrong with you internally, or what's going on with that? You saying that you're still running with the narrative that I'm dead and all that. But here's the thing, though. If I'm dead and all of this is pre-recorded, right? Okay. I'm dead and all of this stuff is pre-recorded, right? Then how could I be basically knowing what you're saying and responding to it? Which technically I'm doing exactly I'm doing exactly what you wanted me to do. You wanted to fish, you put out some shit out there, and you wanted to fish for a reaction. Well, you got one. So now you're happy. I gave you what you wanted. Now you're probably going to do what? Another 50, 60 live streams, another 60, 50, 60 videos, you know. Usual shit. Typical paranoid cowpoke, you know. It's simple, you know. I get it. And I take back the fat ass twit thing. Let's see, what else? Oh, yeah. Those of you that say Nelson's dead and all that bullshit, guys are full of shit, man. He's not dead. He's just taking a break, and he's just basically doing his own shit away from all of you. He's doing his own shit, doing his own thing, away from the drama, away from the bullshit. And it doesn't matter what you guys say or do, he's not going to come back here. He's not. Because he's got his head in a better place, and he's doing better things with his life, which is more than I can say for a lot of you other people out there. You know, he's doing really good for himself, you know. You know, he's got a life of his own now, which is far away from here. And I commend him for that. You know, I do. And you all can, you know. And you all, you know, can say, you know, Arizona Griper's dead and all that. That's, you know, that's fine. That's fine, I don't care. No, it's public opinion. And that's perfectly fine, you know. Don't really care about it. Now, when the accusations came out about me and my daughter and all that bullshit, I wanted to say this. At least Cowpoke used his, pardon my French, balls and said, look, AZ, I'm sorry. I didn't mean for it to go that far. You know, it wasn't my fault. You know, and it got beyond his control. You know, and I commend Cowpoke for, you know, getting up enough balls to say, look, I'm sorry. You know, even though, you know, he and I can't stand each other, you know, we don't really like each other, that's fine. But at the same time, in the same token, you know, I've got to commend him for being a man and coming up and apologizing. You know, that actually speaks volumes to me, especially on a platform like this where, you know, people are about as apologetic as a fucking rock. You know, not too many people, when they say something wrong, not too many people come up to you and say, look, I'm sorry. They don't. You know, it's a rarity when they do. And I appreciate that. I really do, man. But like I said, Nelson's not dead, guys. Come on. Let's be That's sensible. Let's be reasonable. He ain't dead, dude. Yeah, you guys can say it for a troll and a roll. Yeah, sure. But in actual reality, he's not. He's actually living his life and doing really well. And he's doing it away from this platform. Which, once again, I have a huge respect for that. You know, I do. Because someday that's what I'm going to do, to where, like I said, pretty soon I'm going to build up a channel and I'm going to put content on it. And I'm going to, you know, put content after content after content after content after content. And I'm going to put videos on it. I'm going to put shorts on it. And I'm going to, what do you call it? Time release them to where I just, you know, like, okay, I schedule this one out for this such and such date, such and such time. I schedule this one out for such and such date and such time. And I'll do premieres and things like that. And then about maybe once or twice a week, I can, you know, do a little live streams here and there, you know. And that's basically about it. You know, because, you know, live streaming's fun. I mean, I like live streaming. But I just, you know, I can't do enough of it. You know what I mean? I can't literally, you know, keep up. You know, with being consistent. You know what I mean? Because my life is very, very unpredictable. You know, I don't know what I'm going to be doing. I don't know. You know, I don't know what I'm going to be doing. I don't know where I'm going to be going. You know, just a whole bunch of different factors, you know. You know, sometimes real life really just ties me up to the point to where I just, you know, I can't really stream as much as I want. You know, I can't really, you know, keep up with the demand of the public as much as I want. And therefore, you know, my channel starts going down, the views start going down, subs start going down. You know, even though I don't care about it, but still, you know, people like, you know, appreciate consistency. And, you know, unfortunately, the way things have been going lately, you know, it's beginning harder and harder for me to, you know, to keep up. I'm just drinking some coffee real quick. And I'm also, I know this is kind of crazy, but I'm eating some chips with cheese right now. The reason why is because my bowels are screwed up right now. I haven't had a bowel movement in a while. And what I'm trying to do is just take it easy on my system and not gorge myself on a bunch of shit right now. You know, just kind of just eat lightly here and there. You know, this is a light for me, you know, compared to what I've been eating. Yeah. I mean, I've been eating healthy. I mean, basically, I've been eating just about, you know, Thanksgiving leftovers. You know, like turkey and all that kind of stuff, you know. But like I said, And when I do premieres, I'm just going to have to just totally disable the chat. And the reason why is because I don't want somebody coming in there and, you know, trolling and rolling and saying nasty shit in there. And then there not being a mod in there to help control the situation. You know what I mean? And that's the only negative side to this vertical streaming is that it's good because it gets you out there, but it's a little bit disheartening because sometimes you know, you can't you can't check every channel that comes in here, you know, because you're busy streaming. You're busy trying to put your show on, you know what I mean? And it's hard for me to do that and manage the chat at the same time. Because I don't always have moderators. I don't. Sometimes I have to mod the chat myself. And it's hard for me to mod the chat and, you know, do this at the same time. It's really difficult for me. You know, most people could do it, but you know, shout out to Papa Grizz and his family. May he rest in peace. And, hopefully the wifey and the kids are doing okay. Yeah, because, well, actually, you know, I'm not sure, but I'm thinking that, no, no, there were some times to where Papa Grizz did mod the chat himself. I think he had another device, and therefore that's how he did it. Well, I'm telling you one thing though, I am a little backed up, but I'll tell you what. I took oh boy. I took a total of 4 natural laxatives. I took 2 last night, and I took 2 this morning. So, yeah, when I start going, I think it's going to be a total blowout. So, yeah. Which is okay, because I want that. I want it to be a total blowout and a total clean out. And also, I'm going to try next week. And I'm going to see if I can try and reschedule that colonoscopy consultation. And see if I can't get that going. And then I've got to start maybe this weekend. I'm going to start putting Christmas lights on my house and stuff. Now people keep complaining about a Christmas tree. Yes, I would love to put a Christmas tree in the house, but the only problem is we've got boisterous dogs, and unless we can get like a little mini tree to put in the corner, right? Well, I can't show it to you right now. Maybe I could. Like right over here in this corner, put the tree there. That I can do, but everything else, I just don't know. So I could do that. And then, put up our Christmas lights and all that kind of good stuff. Figure out which lights work, which lights don't. And I got me I managed to save up a little extra cash. I got me I'm up to about 260 right now. So that should be plenty to get, my wife a Christmas present. And then I've got to get my mom something. I always get my mom either, something simple like a coffee mug or something, because, she don't like anything fancy, so. But anyway, I just thought I'd come on here and just talk about what was on my mind. So you guys take care, much love, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace. And as usual, thank you for watching. Later, guys.